What's up? It's your girl Brandis, like Candace but Brandis, and it's story time. So this is where it all begins. We start our day here at this restaurant that I worked at, and we pick our sections for the day. And how we do that is we put poker chips in a crusty Crown Royal bag, shake it up, and the person with the lowest chip gets to go first. And you pick your section. So, and when you pick your section, you put your name on this floor chart that you see here. Once you're done, you go clock in and you go check your section and make sure it's clean and all that sort of stuff. Well, anyway, so I did all of that. And then all of a sudden I just got this hunch that I should switch sections. So I asked my coworker, I'm like, hey, you cool with switching sections? And she was like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we switched sections. So my first table of the day, they came in, they was a nice couple, and, so the day started off smooth. My section filled up, and, I was just doing my regular everyday thing. And let me tell you, I feel like I'm a good server. Whenever a table sits down, I don't come with the fake, like, hi, my name is robot sort of thing. What I do is, I know people are sitting down and they want to sit down and settle down. And I know for the most part, people know what they want to drink. So I always say, hey, while y'all settling, let me grab you something to drink. What can I get for you? So then while they're sitting down, I will run to the back, go get their drink, come right back. And when they're ready to order, then I'm like, okay, I take their order. At this point, they still don't know my name yet. But once we are done and I got the menus in my hand, then I tell them, my name is Brandis, like Candace but Brandis. If you need anything, just let me know. Anyway, so it was time for my first table to go. And I was a little busy and they stopped me and they asked me, could they speak to the manager? So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like what did I do wrong? A lot of times people will wait to the last minute right before the bill comes out and they realize they don't like something. So they talk to the manager, get it taken off sort of thing. So I didn't know. So anyway, I send my manager over. He goes over to talk to them. Then he comes up to me super exciting. Asking a lot about your work history. I told them that you worked in television and you've done some like reality stuff. And so I'm thinking, as soon as he said television, my ears perk up because I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to get offered a television job. Like, what is this? So when I got to the table, they asked me to tell them about myself. So I'm telling them like, yeah, what I study in school, mass communications, and, what I aspire to do and the things that I have done and the networks I've worked for, thinking that that's what they wanted to hear. Well, so then they're like, okay, that's cool. We watched you work your section and we really like what you do. And so we were wondering if you ever thought about being a flight attendant. And I'm like, cricket. A flight attendant. Okay. No, I don't want to be a flight attendant. And I was like kind of deflated in the moment because I was expecting something else. My heart lies in producing television, but I don't know. I never thought about being a flight attendant. And then she started to run it down to me and say, you can be based here in your hometown and you could work the hours you want and blah, blah, blah. And so it sounded really good, and she sold me on the spot. So I'm like, cool. So she gave me her information. I cashed them out. They left. I was so excited. It was just crazy because I went from never thinking about being a flight attendant to all I ever wanted to be was a flight attendant. So, yeah, I was so flattered to be offered that. So, that just goes to show no matter what you are doing in life, make sure you do it the best of your ability because you never know who is watching. So, anyway, I'm accepted the offer. So I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm about to fill this application out. I'm be in the sky in 2 days. No, that is not how it works. First of all, I'm gonna be real honest and just bare. I did not fill the application out right away because I smoke, okay? Weed. And my system was dirty. So I needed to clean that up, So I quit smoking, like, this was like right before the holidays. And us females, we have more body fat. So it takes a lot longer to get it out your system. So I waited like almost, my goodness, it was like almost 2 months, I guess. And it was like right before the holidays. So I filled the application out. It was so quick and easy, y'all. Like, it was so quick. And I'll go ahead and disclose the airlines because I don't have any intentions on returning to that industry. But it was GoJet Airlines. So it was a regional carrier. It was not a main line. However, it is a good way to get your foot in the door if you want to just learn the industry and see how it goes and try to switch mainline. But every time you switch, you're gonna have to go through the training because you have to learn the new aircraft. But anyway, so whenever I fill the application out, I probably got an email maybe like 2 weeks later, I want to say, and I was so excited. But let me just say this: when I filled the application out, something still was gnawing at me, like, nah, I don't know if I want to do this or not. But I went ahead and I just kept following through with the actions. So then, it's time to go to the interview. I go to the interview, and it was exciting because now it's more like a competition. I'm in this room and it's like probably like 40 to 50 of us there, and we're all in this room looking at each other, sizing each other up, because we know all of us is probably not going to make it through. But at the moment, I had no idea how hard it is to even get an interview as a flight attendant. And yes, I was recruited, but I did not use her name on my application. I didn't. But anyway, so I was sitting in the very back, actually. I showed up right on time, and honestly, I'm going to be really, really honest. In the airline industry, on time is late, because it made me look kind of bad because I was sitting all the way at the back. I was not sitting at a table where people were like, able to like take notes and on what was going on. And in fact, I didn't even bring a notebook. So that goes to show how unprepared I was, I just did not know how much information I was going to be given, So anyway, they give this like presentation. They show you, the slideshow that ends with this flight attendant getting off the airplane in Hawaii. And so now I'm sold. I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to be a flight attendant. I want to be able to hop off the plane in Hawaii and be here and be there. Like, yeah, okay, cool. And then, like I said before, it was like a competition now. So I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, I got hubby. You know what I'm saying? But it was so nerve-wracking. But so what happens is they have 3 questions on the board, and it was like a projector. It was dark in the room, and they have 3 questions on the board or the projector screen. And let me think. One of the questions was, if you could go anywhere on a dream vacation, where would it be? The other one was, explain to us a time you were embarrassed and how did you handle it? Or what? It was like a sentimental question or something like that. So I went with like the dream trip sort of scenario. I wanted to keep it light. Some people were really putting themselves out there, embarrassing themselves, talking about how their weave fell out and was floating in the ocean, and people throwing up and being thrown in the trash cans. It was like, okay, I had enough common sense not to really like do that. Like, I went straight commercial on them. Anyway, so they left out of the room. No. They didn't leave. They told us to get out. And they were like, okay, we're going to go through, and there's going to be a list that's posted, and your number will be on this page if we are interested. And if your number's on this page, then you get to stay. And if it's not, you got to go. So now I'm like sitting in the lobby of this flight school, and I am so nervous. I cannot even believe it. I'm like, wow, it feels like you just tried out for the cheerleading squad and now you're waiting to see if you made it, And so finally the list was posted, and I remember walking up to this list and my heart was just pounding because I'm like, my goodness, oh, am I going to see my name? That's what it is. I thought I was going to see my name, but then it threw me off when I saw numbers, and I'm like, okay, what number am I? And I was number 27, and I just ran my finger down, and boom, by 27, I think it was yes or something like that. I don't know. I just know that I was moving on to the next round. So that cleared the room out. That took us down to like maybe, I don't know, like 8 of us or something like that. And I was like, wow, okay, this just got real. So now I'm thinking out of 8 of us, it's going to be some of us that's not going to make it to the next round. So the next round was you had to go into the room and interview one-on-one with the people, with a recruiter. So once I went in there and I interviewed, they had a written offer for me already ready. So I was like, oh my goodness, okay, cool, I am hired. I left there so excited, like, I'm a flight attendant. Yeah, that's not how it works. So after that, now they send you the official offer through email. You have to accept it. There is so much paperwork you have to fill out because you're going to be investigated by the FBI. They're going to check all of your background. They want to know everything about you, everything that you have done. They want to know. Okay. So if you are a felon, forget about it. If you have some really horrible crimes that are violent but are misdemeanor, forget about it. Any drug charges, forget about it. Like, look up the list before you even put yourself out there. Look it up and make sure you are even qualified if you're watching this video because you're interested in being a flight attendant. So now they also have you apply for flight school. Now you thinking, okay, you just gave me the job and there's not a for sure place for you in flight school. So you got to hurry up as the paperwork is coming into you. You got to get it back to them, because what if they accidentally, like sometimes on the airline or airplane, they overbook you or they overbook the class and now you just got bumped 7 weeks, because school is for 6 to 7 weeks. And I had no idea about that. So when she offered me to be a flight attendant, I didn't know I was going to have to go to school for 7 weeks and feel like I was taking finals every single day for 7 weeks. When I tell you, hardest thing I ever did, the hardest thing. But I was so excited at this point and so sold on being a flight attendant. And then I got that official letter of congratulations, you got accepted into flight school. Now I'm committed. Now, even if I wanted to, I was not going to quit. That was not an option. And and I'm so grateful for the experience because it showed me what I was made of. Y'all, so I got that thing cracked open, and now I have told you my experience on how I became a flight attendant, even though that was something I never planned on doing, but it happened anyway. So stay tuned, come back, subscribe, share, comment, please, because I'm going to do a series of videos talking about my experience in flight school, and if you're trying to be a flight attendant, what you can expect from flight school. Everything from what to wear, what to pack, what to expect during testing. It is way more than you could ever imagine. There's a lot of information that I'm gonna download here on my YouTube page. So please subscribe, come back, interact, ask questions. Anyway, this is your girl Brandis, like Candace but Brandis. Come back and see me soon.
No,